Of all the Kardashian-Jenner sisters, Kendall is the least problematic. She has the least drama, business complications, and the most sordid love life compared to her sisters. Does this make her the most hated too? Well, let's find out, shall we? She's definitely the least chaotic member of one of the most dramatic families on Earth. This gorgeous, high-earning supermodel also happens to be a very successful entrepreneur, as she launched her very own brand of tequila, 818. During the run of their 20-year-long reality television drama, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kendall was definitely a doll and was the easiest to watch on screen. This irked their mother, Kris Jenner, as reality TV requires fights, drama, and conflicts. As these aspects increase, the viewership of the show does as well. Scott Disick is still processing the news of Kourtney Kardashian's engagement, which has resulted in some intense disagreements. Scott's reaction to Kourtney's engagement to Travis Barker was the center of Thursday's episode of The Kardashians. Kris Jenner sat down with Kourtney to ask if she even spoke to her ex-husband, with whom she has sons Mason and Rain and daughter Penelope, at the start of the episode. Now that you're engaged, do you think it's appropriate for you and Scott to sit down and talk? Kris had inquired of her eldest daughter. Kourtney stated that she did not believe that she was required to do so, and that she speaks for her ex frequently due to their children. He said, "This isn't the easiest for me, and at the end of the day, I want you to be happy." She remembered of their talk after Barker proposed. "I don't think my getting engaged is about Scott," Kourtney said in a confessional. "My life is undeniably changing. I feel like I'm in a fairy tale, creating new memories and moments, and I don't really want Scott to be a part of every one of them." Kris sympathized with Scott, yet agreed with her daughter. "I feel like I'm betraying my Kourtney," Kris said, to which Scott countered, "You told me after my parents died that I was your blood-related son." Kris confessed in a confessional, "I adore my children, and I've fallen in love with their companions over the years. Scott was there the first day that we shot our show as a family. So I believe that when things like this happen, it harms all of us." Scott fought with Kris after she had said that she was hesitant to invite Scott because she didn't know how he and Travis got along. "We're in good shape, to be honest. Hearing you're throwing a party and you don't even think to include me makes me feel like a complete jerk." Even though Scott eventually showed up at Kris's party, emotions stayed high as the show progressed. Scott and Kendall Jenner got into an intense dispute about him feeling left out during an afternoon lunch at Kris's house, and the model stormed out. Scott has a tendency to play the victim, and I believe that's what's going on here right now. "I simply want everyone to be happy, but please don't put me in the midst of things." Scott then turned to Kendall and inquired as to why he had not been invited to her recent birthday celebration. Kendall justified herself, claiming that she was only doing her job. "I didn't invite anyone to my birthday party. I had supper at my house, but it wasn't a get-together." Kendall then stated that she did have a very personal birthday dinner, but did not invite Scott because Kourtney would be present. Scott was irritated, and he proceeded to explain that he didn't see why I should be kept out. Kendall ultimately had enough and began vehemently defending her conduct. "I'm not advising you to do so. At the end of the day, that isn't my concern. It's none of my concern if it makes Kourtney uncomfortable. At the end of the day, Kourtney is my sister. Of course, I'd like her to be there," she went on. "This dinner gathered as a mere 15 guests. If it's a private dinner, I'm not willing to put myself in an awkward situation." This incident is enough to show that Kendall might not be the best person to be on the screen all the time, since she has very little to no drama at all. This also says that Kendall might not have that much love and respect for Kris either. This is because of the fact that Kris expects Kendall to be vocal all the time. This might have made their relationship a bit pretentious, and kind of a person we know Kendall is, she might not really appreciate the fakeness there either. Further, this goes without saying that Kendall Jenner also does not like to be controlled. We've seen time and time again that Kendall Jenner likes to do what she wants to do, and not what she was told to do. Keeping Up with the Kardashians has many such moments. These sort of differences between the two, Kris and Kendall, might have made things a bit salty from both ends. While Kendall is still a silent one, we all know how messy things Kris can make it. This is all about how Kendall is hated by Kris and the reasons behind it. Click on one of the two videos on your screen right now, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.